Good morning, traders, and welcome to BCR's morning market outlook. First up, let's talk about the US dollar. The DXY has held around 99.1 on Wednesday as optimism over a potential US-Iran agreement improved sentiment. President Trump said negotiations had entered the final stage, helping push oil prices lower for a second straight session. Despite this, oil prices remain well above pre-war levels, keeping inflation concerns elevated. FOMC minutes showed most policymakers still see the possibility of further rate hikes if inflation remains persistent, with markets pricing in around a 50% chance of a December rate hike. Technically, the dollar index remains in an overall upward trend after rebounding from 97.62 earlier this month. Support sits around the psychological level of 99, while resistance is near 99.43 and the psychological level of 100. Next up, let's have a look at crude oil. WTI fell more than 5% for a second consecutive session, slipping below $100 as hopes for easing supply disruptions improved market sentiment. Trump stated that the US-Iran negotiations had entered the final stage, while reports of super tankers moving through the Strait of Hormuz supported expectations of improving supply conditions. Technically, WTI still holds a broader bullish structure, trading above the 9-day and 50-day moving averages. Resistance is seen near near $108, while key support remains around 95.47. Next up, let's have a look at gold. Gold has rebounded above $4,500 an ounce after falling nearly 2% in the previous sessions as markets continued monitoring inflation risks and geopolitical tensions. Trump has also warned that the US could resume strikes against Iran within days if negotiations fail, while elevated oil prices continue supporting inflation concerns and higher for longer rate expectations. Technically, gold remains under pressure below major moving averages, with the 20-day SMA near 46.23 and the 50-day SMA around 46.89 acting as resistance. Key support remains near the psychological level of $4,400. Lastly, let's have a look at the Australian dollar, which is traded around 71.50 as the US dollar stayed supported by stronger US labour market data. Markets are now focused on Australia's upcoming employment report, with expectations for around 17,500 new jobs and unemployment holding around 4.3%. Technically, the Australian dollar remains under short-term pressure near the 100-day EMA around 71.43. RSI remains close to oversold territory, while resistance is seen near 71.73 and the psychological level of 72 cents. That's all for today's morning market outlook. As always, manage your risk and happy trading.